Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast for today, Tuesday, August 10th, 2010. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. In our top stories, returning Nevision nationals give thumbs up to work of NRP-led administration, and the VAT debate continues in the St. Kitts and Nevis National Assembly. Stay with us. The details are straight ahead. Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Joseph Parry, said that returning Nevision nationals who visited over the Culturama festive season were extremely proud to see for themselves the work done by his NRP-led administration over the past 4 years, many of whom gave a thumbs up and shared their impressions with the Nevision leader.
One thing was expressed to me over and over by so many nationals, returning nationals. You guys have been able to achieve so much in spite of the difficult times of the recession. That statement was made to me many, many times over. And the marvel that so many Nevisians were still working and that the unemployment situation was still so low. I think they were very impressed with that. They were very impressed with the road system that we have put in place and the fact that we had water. And they were especially impressed that we were able to maintain the name of the Four Seasons Hotel and to have it open in December when overseas and other parts of the Caribbean banks are not funding the construction of hotels or the reopening of hotels.
He said working together with St. Kitts and Nevis to enhance education and health systems also caught the attention of the returning nationals and visitors.
Many of them said to me that you have done so well that you deserve a second chance in government. Many of them have said they're going to register, and many of them have said that they're going to come back home because the kind of activities that we have achieved in 4 years, we deserve another chance. Some asked about the Amman Hotel, and they were very pleased to know about the Amman Hotel. Many of them congratulated us for the work done with wind energy, and many of them visited the sites and wanted to know how much wattage or kilowattage we were pumping into the system, and was surprised to know that 1.1 megawatts of power were already being pumped into the system. They asked how we were progressing with geothermal. They really showed an interest in their country, and I got the impression that they were extremely proud.
Premier Parry was also pleased with the outcome of the Culturama celebrations.
I'm pleased to see that this Culturama we had some of the biggest crowds that I've seen for the past 20 years. The street activities, the Queen Show, the troops, the parade of troops and bands, the activities on Pinnis Beach. And of course, I didn't go to everything. I can only speak of what I went to. And there was a spirit of life, liveliness, satisfaction, and a joy for being home by those who came home. This is what we want to happen to Nevisians when they come home, to be happy with what they see and to want to return to their home country.
That's Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Joseph Parry. The Nevis Island Administration continues to give its full support to geothermal energy producers, West Indies Power Nevis Limited. This assurance came recently from Minister of Communications, Works, Public Utilities, Natural Resources and the Environment, the Honourable Carlisle Powell, during a wide-ranging interview with the Nevis newscast.
The geothermal project is a project which is very close to the hearts of all of us in Nevis, especially those of us in government. Why? Because geothermal energy is cheaper energy than wind energy. And so it is incumbent on us to deliver that project. We have to tell people that the way this government has gone about signing up developers and contracting them to provide services is that, for example, with BEAD has a contract where they have to do all of the development. They do all of the land clearing, all of the drilling, they hook up the water when they find it, and they deliver it into the system, and we pay them a price per 1,000 gallons. With the wind farm, they have to do all the development, all the procurements, and then they hook up, and they deliver to us and we pay them at a set price. The same thing with geothermal. Geothermal, though, is a much more expensive undertaking. West Indies Power Limited have gone about sourcing their funding. They have given us a schedule, and as far as they have said to us, they are still sticking to their schedule, which is that they expect to deliver power into the grid by the end of June in 2011. We still expect them to deliver on schedule. Based on their schedule, we should see drill rigs and so on starting to arrive in Nevis fairly shortly.
According to Minister Powell, the geothermal energy developers has emphasized that the project is still on schedule.
Spoke to them over the Culturama period and they insist that they're on schedule. So what we have to do as a government is to give them as much support as possible to make sure that all that they want us to do has been done. And based on their schedule, they have done all of the hard work. We know that they issued a release in March where themselves and Scotiabank said that they had signed an undertaking for Scotia to provide some $30 million for phase 1, which is a Nevis phase. That is still very much on schedule, and so that is what I would want to say to the general public right now. In some things you have to be patient. In geothermal, we expect them to deliver, but it is a very, very expensive undertaking. And we just have to, because the government is not putting in the money, because it is not the government's project to go out and source the funding, all we can do is to make sure that we give every support to West Indies Power Limited, who they are the contracted party with us, and as soon as they hook up, we'll be willing to pay what we have contracted to pay them to make sure that we move the project forward.
That's Minister of Communications, Works, Public Utilities, Posts, Natural Resources and the Environment, the Honorable Carlisle Powell.